What is going on, you guys? It is your boy Cyrus Obsidian here at Obsidian Games, here to bring you another episode of Local Diaries. So let us dive right in. So last week we kind of had a great start to the week playing Malice. We were able to top our event, and then for Friday we tried Vanquish Soul K9. We did okay, not as good as I had wanted to. And then our OTS Store Championship that we did play in, I did not do any recording for. We didn't do as great. We went in playing Malice and expecting the same results as Wednesday, but in a newer format was the wrong mind state to go into this. And we ended up getting our board white, to put it. So we're going in with a reinvigorated attitude into a newer format, playing the deck that everyone is talking about. And no, it's not yummy. It is Vanquish Soul K9. I have been an avid believer of Vanquish Soul since Wild Survivors. And when my friend got me on the deck, huge shout out to Ammon, for playing this deck while we were in college. It was really cool to see. I wanted to pick it up, and we eventually did a year ago. Yeah, a year and a half ago now. We picked up the deck. We were playing around with it. You can check out some of those earlier videos in the local diary section. And we were in love with it. And with the new support that Duelist Advance gave, and now the newest K9 engine that we're able to play out of Justice Hunters, we are an avid believer that this deck can still do well, even without Max C being a thing in the TCG. So Yummy is probably the better of the two, but we're still going to try our best to pilot this version of Vanquish Soul that we have put together. And honestly, I might even go back to just playing pure Vanquish Soul. I love the K9 engine in it, but something just resonates really with the OG Vanquish Soul. Playing just a lot of attributes, whether it be Fire, Dark, and Earth, to just kind of help you solidify boards, help you break, help solidify your opponent, or help stop your opponent. Not solidify, help stop your opponent from doing their thing. But who knows? In a format where hand traps kind of feel bad, this kind of feels like the better way to play the deck, rather than playing it pure, playing it as a standalone with another engine such as K9, being attribute dependent, and as well being able to play on both turns. I think this deck has real potential. So let me show you the deck profile that we are rocking with. We have made some changes since we last played it, and I think these changes are for the better, but who knows? Locals will definitely tell us our story. So let me show you the deck profile, and then we'll head to locals. All right, so we are running it back. Here is our deck profile. We are playing 3 copies of the one and only Vanquish Soul Razin, 3 copies of Mad Love, and 3 copies of Holly Sue. Both Razin and Mad Love are 1-card combos, with Holly Sue being a 2-card combo, which is really nice for the deck. Holly Sue was definitely the added push that Vanquish Soul did need, but we aren't going to discount the other cards that we're also playing for Vanquish Soul. We are playing 1 copy of Caesar Valius, 2 copies of Borger, and 2 copies of Zhao Long. To complement it, we are playing the 1 Start, the 1 Continue, with 3 Stake Your Souls. Stake Your Soul being another 2-card combo, since you do need an attribute to reveal, then you can go off from there. Also is just really good. And then the 1 of Snow Devil to round up the Vanquish Soul lineup. So this can be tweaked and messed with however you want. I was trying to keep this deck at 40 while also maintaining some of the other cards that I wanted to play for it. It was a little hard to try and keep it at 40 considering the K9 engine as well, but we were able to make it work, concise it down, and we didn't want to open a lot of bricks as well with it, because that is another problem the deck does have, is with the Vanquish Soul core itself, is getting into the right attributes, but also into the right starters. Because you can go into games and just not have the right one, and you're just kind of messed over from there. But we're hoping that consistency does get fixed. But speaking of K9, we are playing 3 copies of K9 17 Izuna, 1 copy of K9 Lupus, 3 copies of Jocool, and then 1 copy of Lantern, with 1 A case for K9 and 1 K9 X forced release. So I like the release, just being able to be a pop-a card on the field. I was originally playing more copies of a case for K9, but my thought process behind it is, you know, Izuna and Joku are really the ones you want to see. Joku can reveal any of these. It can reveal Holly Sue. It can also reveal Zhao Long as well to just summon. So I figured Joku was the better opener rather than seeing Lantern and Lupus as well. But I mean, odds are, you know, 1 in every 6-7 games you'll see one of these in your starting hand. It's not awful, but it does suck. But speaking of that, like, back to the case for K9, I wanted to originally play 3 copies of this, but playing 3 just kind of played a little bit more into Droll. Droll is fading from the format a bit, so I mean, you're not having to worry about that. It will be in side decks more often, more so than in main, but that's the reason why I wasn't wanting to play it. But I also just wanted to see like any of these starters or any of the Vanquish Soul starters over a case for K9, if that makes sense. And then some one-ofs. We are playing 1 copy of Talent and 1 copy of Reinforcement of the Army. Rhoda is just really solid. Talents is just really good into the mirror, and then also just really good in general. Being able to just do any of the following is just really cracked. And then to round out some hand traps, we are playing 3 copies of Ash with 3 copies of Fuelos, and then 2 copies of Ghost Bell. I honestly love Ghost Bell. I think Ghost Bell is really good right now in this format, being able to hit Dracotel, Yummy Surprise, the mirror against Vanquish Soul, and then just kind of like some rogue decks. This does hurt Malice. It does hit Malice, but they're able to play through it. Yeah, I think Ghost Bell is just really good right now, if I'm going to be candid. Moving to the extra really hasn't changed much. We are still playing 1 copy of Vanquish Soul Rocks, 1 number 101 Silent Hunter Arc, 1 Nash Knight, 2 K917 Ripper. We did decide to put in Valen, the Super Sky Blaster, because it's a great Book of Moon. We're playing number C101 Silent Hunter Dark, 1 CXC's Nash Knight, 1 K9 Werewolf, 1 Typhon, 1 Zeus, 3 Rock, and then 1 SP Little Knight. I've seen some profiles playing 2 Rock. That does work. But a lot of times, like, I really want the 3rd Rock just in case. I heavily more so believe in the Vanquish Soul more than K9 with the rank 5s and everything, so that's why you don't see the Paradise Smasher. I also think it's just very gimmicky because, I mean, I have bad luck with rolls, so I'm more likely to hit a bad roll not in my favor, so that's why I'm not playing it. You can feel free to play it if you like, but that's just not for me. Moving to the side deck, we are playing 3 copies of Dino Wrestler Pankratops because I think Pankratops is just really great at breaking boards. We also are playing 3 copies of Artifact Lancia to kind of hit Malice as well, but also it is a level 5, so it's a great for Joku. As well, you can also use it against Crystron K9, which is really great at shutting them down. Perulia is really great against the mirror, against anything playing K9, and it's just sometimes it's that, are you going to continue playing, let me draw a bunch, or are you going to pass turn here and I have an opportunity to capitalize? So that's where I think Molcharmi is really good. And then this is a hot take, 3 copies of Kurikara Div Incarnate. I love this card, and I think in the mirror it can be really cracked, and I think against any other deck this card can also be really cracked. Being able to steal their starter or being able to steal a starter for yourself in the mirror to just get your engine, whichever engine it is, going. I think Kurikara is just really good in that regards. And then we're playing 2 Lightning Storm and 1 Duster because board breaker cards are just really great as well. If we had more space in the extra deck, we would probably play a little bit more, but Vanquish Soul has a good tendency of being a board breaker deck itself, less of a combo, so we're kind of playing on that notion as well. But that is it for our deck profile. Let's head to locals to see how well we can perform with Vanquish Soul K9. All right, so here we are at Duke City Games. We got a pretty good turnout here. There are 18 players. And so we got 5 rounds for tonight. And going game 1, we play against Yummy, a matchup that we are still learning against. We didn't open up the best starting hand. Had it been against any other deck, it probably would have been a lot better. But just playing against Yummy, we see the Izuna, no monster effects were activated in hand or grave. we had the Razin, but we didn't have a dodge target, stake, and some other stuff that I don't recall. We tried our best to play through as much as we could, and we were trying, but it just wasn't enough. We go game 2, we side in all of our board breakers, pull out the K9, and make him go first. And we were able to like hold our own pretty well with the board breakers. We didn't see anything but Charmies, which was unfortunate. We were kind of reliant on like seeing either Brulia or Fulos to kind of just get us into draws, so that way we can just get going on engine and just kind of combo off, but we didn't see it, so we were a little unfortunate there. But board breakers we did see, we're putting in some work, just not enough work to get us the win. So, but we were able to trade off our Starlight Cups Yummy, which was nice. Made some good stuff there. And then unfortunately we did trade our CR Azuna. We got an Ultra and some other stuff, mainly Mula. So we're fine as long as we have our 3, and we still have our Lupus that we can flex. So we're good there. So we got 4 more rounds left to go, so let's see what happens. All right, so round 2, we play against Sprite Light Twin. We played the deck before. So game 1, we lose a die roll. He goes first. He sets up a board. We're able to just crack the board, play through things, and just snowballed. We go game 2. We did take game 1. Game 1 win. Game 2, we sided in Perulia. We saw Perulia. We went Perulia. He gave me a bunch of draws. We saw the Holly Sue, and we were just able to play on his turn. We Razin to break the column, so we couldn't do any sprite shenanigans. And then we just pretty much solidified and took control from there. We played on our Nib just to kill, make sure that we had enough damage. So we were able to take it. And so our round 1, he gave us the win because he bounced. So we have a free win. I ain't gonna complain about it, but we definitely did lose against Yummy. Again, that's one that we still need to learn, so we're still trying to learn it. But so far, so much better with this version of the deck. I definitely think maybe we'll slide Retaliating Sea rather than Kurikara. I love Kurikara. It looks so nice, but I think Retaliating Sea might be the better choice. But we'll go for this. Okay, so round 3, 4, and 5. Round 3, we play against Rizal Mitsu. Game 1, we didn't have the best, but we tried to solidify. We just couldn't push back past a lot. Game 2, we opened up first. We were able to just get the ball rolling. Right as soon as we start snowballing, and we were able to draw it out into a tie. Time was called, and we were burning just to gain the advantage. So we were able to take it because of that. Round 4, we played the mirror, and boy, were my hands crappy. We never saw Razin, never saw any of our starters to like get us going, which was unfortunate. So we just got swept in the mirror. Happens. We were able to curry card though, so that was cool. It's the one reason why we play it. And then the last and final round, round 5, we played against Yummy. So game 1, he just had full advantage. There was nothing we can do. We drew for turn, drew Fualos. We Fua'd right as soon as we saw it, and we just kind of played as much as we could. He did it on summon. We drew, it was another Fua, so we just Fua'd again since we had nothing on board. And we just went game 2. Game 2, we were able to just establish the board. We just broke through everything that he tried putting in our way. We just took control of his normal summon. He tried to drop with it. We bounced the Holly Sue back with a Caesar, and we were just comboing. So then game 3 was a grind slugfest. It was at one point Mad Love Beatdown. It was Mad Love Beatdown. Let me tell you, we had Fua. He set. Our Fua was dead. It made me sad. We didn't get any draws. We tried staking. We went Lightning Storm. We had Panker Tops if we needed it. We were just Mad Love Beatdown, and Mad Love Beatdown worked. It worked. We put him on enough pressure where he had 900. We had the trap set, and we were just like, all right, you draw good. If not, we got it, because we finished our board with SP Borger. And what was crazy was we had the Rock of the Vanquisher still alive, so we had Rock, SP, Borger. So we could have gone Border Draw, Rock Summon, Razin Search, and then we could have just controlled the tempo right there. So, because we did look at our card that we were going to draw, and it was going to be Razin, so had we had done Border. So, ending the night 3-1-1 is not bad. 3 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw. So a lot better than the last time we played the deck, which is always better. The fact that we're only ending the night with 1 loss, I will take that. So we'll see what we do in standings. We still have 4 minutes left until time is called, so we'll see where we go. All right, since the store was closing, we had a dip, but we ended up taking 4th place, which is not too bad, ending the night 3-1-1. I'm super proud of the deck. 1st place was another Vanquish Soul player. 2nd place was Draco Tail. 3rd place was Mitsu Raiziel, and then us at 4th. So payout went to top 8, which is always awesome seeing that many players. And we ended up pretty strong with Vanquish Soul K9. Yummy matchup we're still learning. We haven't played against much Draco Tail playing against Vanquish Soul or using Vanquish Soul, so that'll be a fun match to learn down the line when it eventually happens, because it will. But that is it for this local diaries, everyone. Thanks for joining along. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, share with a friend. Let me know what you would like to see. We are definitely cooking up a 10 Sword Soul build, thanks to one of the commenters that commented on a video that I posted back in February when I was playing it in the pseudo format. I think the deck has a good chance of competing in a board breaker format, so we will see what we come up with. But we'll pass it over to you.